of Thereian. Our party is en route to the Northlands so that they can seek the pearl that grows diamonds and where it came from. The party is stopping at a village. They spent the night at the inn, and it is morning, so they are coming down to the tap room. Narrator, you are in the tap room. So is everyone else. It's a fairly small inn, so it's pretty much just a large room with a large pot of some unidentified stew like substance for food, but it was a cheap lodging. Any questions?
Who's there? Who do we see in this place?
You see a number of locals. Uh, most of them are human. There are a few who are not. One of them is a pair of halflings. I should say two of them, actually.
I have my hood down so people don't stare.
Do you want us to describe ourselves for the audience and the new player?
Yes. Introduce yourselves with description, please.
All right. Um, I guess I'll start. I am playing Mikel Folambeau, the Soul Knife. He has long, curly ringlets, blonde hair, and piercing blue eyes. Very handsome man that dresses in a very elegant, noble fashion. Leather gloves, long cape, bit of the look of a duelist about him. He wears an empty scabbard that seems to have no weapon in it on his belt. And he is followed by an elderly gentleman in a tuxedo who thus far has only spoken to him and only in French.
I suppose I'll go next. I am playing Chatrona, Nozumi Shukenja. They wear weathered traveler's clothes, currently with a long hood up so that to disguise their wrapped features. People do not see many Nozumi around here, and some people believe them to be connected to certain unwanted things. So it's best to hide their features.
My turn.
Okay.
I am playing as a Nazumi that's going by the name Nazumi at the moment because he really don't know his name. He is an albino white rat with red eyes, he's wearing a roguish like outfit. He has a newest hood now. He had holy ones, and he tries to keep cover. And he really doesn't know much about actual people because he's never been really around them.
All right. With you is also a dwarf named Rue Make or Break. He was Taco's character. He is 4'9" with purple eyes and silver hair. He was a wizard, or is a wizard, I should say. And he's the last of you to straggle down the stairs from the rooms above. Still rather sleepy sounding, but his eyes alight on the pair of halflings over alongside the bar, and he moseys over to speak with the two of them. Orin hasn't yet emerged from your rooms. He is the professor who hired all of you and is accompanying you on your quest to find where the pearl came from. Now, Orin, or not Orin. Rue approaches Himin and says quietly to you, "Are you looking for perchance an opportunity to procure some funds?" As I said, this is addressed to Himin. So, narrator, you're up.
So the dwarf came up to me.
You and your butler.
All right. I look at the dwarf and say, "Hello there. Would you need something?"
He nods and says quietly, "I have something I need to do, but I have made a commitment and I need someone to go in my place." He
I
looks
see.
extremely nervous when he admits this.
And you decide to come up to a random halfling in the middle of this place.
He
I mean, I
hesitates for a
guess I'm not
moment.
opposed to it. I've been wanting to get away for a while now, but why exactly for?
He says, "I'm familiar with the reputation of your people. Once you have given your word, you will keep it. Therefore, if we make a bargain, you will keep your side of the bargain as agreed. Thus, I would be able to trust you to keep your word."
All right, I'd say you got a pretty good head on you. Uh, what would your bargain be, my friend?
And he says, "I need you to take my place with my compatriots questing for a very unique item and information regarding its origins. I cannot, in good conscience, accompany them to where they need to go, and I want you to take my place."
I see. And I'm guessing I'd get something in return later then.
You would receive the payment which would have been mine.
Sounds fair enough to me.
He nods and says, "Will you make this bargain with me? You will take my
I
place
agree
and
to this
receive
deal.
all rewards which would have been mine, thus go to you."
I say I give my word. I'd put out a hand to shake the dwarf's hand.
He shakes your hand and says very softly in Elven, "May you have the best of luck." And with that, Rue heads back up the stairs. He speaks briefly with Orin in the room before going to a different room upstairs. Orin, 5 minutes later, comes down. Orin is another dwarf. He's 4'6", with dark blonde hair, very neatly braided beard, with lively pale golden brown eyes, dressed in practical leathers, a million and four pockets, and sturdy steel-toed boots. He asks everybody, "Have y'all had breakfast?"
We
Yes. Uh,
I will show that I have food in my hand towards him.
And he nods. "Then let's get on the road. I want to know where it came from." He rubs his hands
I
together
would
with,
quickly make my way over to the group just so I'm not left behind.
oh, what is this?
hello. Who are you, if I might ask?
Your dwarven friend told me that I was to take his place because he has something to do. I gave my word, so I'm going to keep the deal.
Orin sort of shakes
Okay.
his head and says, "As long as you abide by the contract, I'm not going to complain."
C'est bizarre.
I am, I am Chatrona. This figure extends his hand to you.
Um, hello. I shake his hand.
Mikhail Folembo. And he makes an extravagant bow.
I look over to the other party members and say, "Do any of you know what he's saying?"
Not really.
Uh,
All
uh,
right.
Michael would be the name in common.
Ah, hello, Michael. My
Yes.
name is Himin. I look over to the rest of the group and say that as well.
Orin smiles and says, "I'm Orin. If you're ready, it looks like you could probably fit most of the gear our dwarven friend had picked up for himself.
Yeah,
If you
I'd be
need
all right with
anything,
that.
let me know. We are headed northward. Do you need any cold weather gear?
Uh, I would require some of that, yes.
We will procure it for you at the next larger town, since the
Alrighty then.
place that you're in is a rather smallish village. The caravan tends to make it's a relatively small route, but it covers a lot of little places and a couple big places in this particular region. So it does a good job of keeping your clan well cared for.
Yeah.
Orin just sort of nods, and once he's sure you've all gotten breakfast, he sort of gets you all out to the wagons
Mm.
and on the road. Now,
Allons-y.
It's a funny saying.
Uh, um, what is the word? Let's go.
Okay.
alright. So, you are now headed along the road. Everybody make me a either spot or perception check.
Okay.
First roll of the game.
Hmm. Rolls are over in roll 20.
Hey, cat, out of the pizza. Sorry.
Okay,
No.
that's not bad. 14.
Alright. Alright. And. Alright.
I'm all very perceptive.
Yeah. Himin is too busy studying the sky to notice much of anything going on in the trees around you.
Oh, do I smell them? Because Nezumi can spell.
Hey,
Let
look at
me
that
just.
thing in the sky. It looks like a cloud. Oh, wait a minute.
Chet
Did you get
and
mine?
Nizumi
Because I didn't
both
see if I brought
smell something off. What you actually smell is unwashed human, and there are multiple sources. Uh, Michelle has that subtle sense of something ain't right. Be on the guard. And Pear sort of pokes Michelle and makes a hand motion at the trees around up ahead.
I'm gonna, uh, I'm gonna, I'm gonna ask our unnamed Nizumi friend. Do you do you smell that?
Yes.
Okay.
I smell it too. It smells unclean, kind of like me almost, but more human like.
Yes, people, multiple directions as well. Perhaps we should expect some company, as I believe that is the saying. Mm,
Is it unwelcomed company? Because I could ready a fire rune.
Um, I do not know. It is multiple unwashed people in
Sounds like
multiple
home.
directions. Uh, yeah, I'm going to pull out my light crossbow.
Let's be on our toes.
I'm going to ready my book.
We'll get my daggers ready.
All right. The next thing y'all are going to roll is your initiative.
Ooh. Hmm.
I just click the initiative button.
Well, that's a 9. Not that good. Not the worst. Not that good.
All right.
I
I don't know
am
if I did
trying
that
to
right.
roll my initiative, but the thing isn't letting me go to my character sheet.
Let's just do this one. Awesome. Makes a lot more sense.
Hmm.
Well, you rolled a 7, so what your initiative is 10.
Okay.
Which means Michelle goes first. Not yet. You guys are roughly here.
Hmm. Ah, I'm just being weird. think it might be an 8 because I have 4 and then a 4.
Well, like I said, I've got you guys right here. I do not have tokens for all of you on the board right now. I don't think you're on audio, dear.
There's me.
No, I was muted for some reason. Okay. So Mikel is going to leap off the cart, placing himself in front, and he is going to hold a. Let's just say he'll go into a defensive stance, readying for any attacks.
Readied.
Yeah. Base that adds +2 to his AC for just basically being in defensive mode. Spending his turn defending.
So you're putting yourself here in front.
Yep. And that's my turn.
All right. All right. From the trees, a bandit leaps out and throws a knife at you. He is uncannily good because it sinks right into your leg.
And who?
Michelle.
Alright. He got over 21?
He rolled a natural 20.
Oh, shit. Okay, damn. Got a crit.
So, whack!
He rolls double damage dice.
Well, that's okay. It's not that much damage because it's just a dagger. But that's still going to be 6 points.
Man! Yeah, I'm down to 5.
His yell as he throws the dagger is, "Get him!" Which causes this fellow, this fella, so you can all see who you are fighting now. Next up would be Himin, who has 10 total. Or no, 12 it looks like.
Sorry, I was muted. It's my turn, right?
Yep.
All right. I am going to look over at the first guy that popped out, the one who stabbed my new friend in the leg. Yes. And I'm gonna quickly flip through my book and find the rune for fire, which would be soul, and I focus on the ground beneath him and cast the rune.
All right. Make a roll for casting.
Okay.
Nice.
You definitely hit. Roll your damage.
All right.
Damn.
Nice.
Nice done.
Indeed.
Feel the burn.
Oh, he doesn't feel it anymore.
Wow,
He's
you killed it.
crispy.
Oh, you. Oh, nice.
So he knifed your friend and you promptly incinerate him.
Don't touch my friends.
He is now a greasy, burning pillar of rags and Lord only knows what else. His friends
It
seem
Found
smells
dinner.
even worse.
a little pissed off. So, Chet, you're up.
Alright, I am going to cast Magic Weapon on my light crossbow. Yeah, and,
This one's the next
end my turn.
closest.
Oh, ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna move to right there. Yeah, and end my turn.
Alright. And then it would be Nizumi.
Alrighty. I would try to get as low as possible and try to sneak up behind them.
Only know. Well, they know where you are now, so you can't really hide. But you can get into position with flanking. That'll give you your sneak attack.
Yeah, like go this way,
Into the
get behind
trees.
these bushes and stuff, and stay close to the ground,
Oh
and
yeah,
try
you
to
could
sneak
hide
all the
there.
way, and try to sneak all the way behind them.
You'll need a check, and you couldn't move at half speed. You'd have to move at half speed. But yeah, you could do that.
I'll have to do a sneak. Alright.
All your moves silently. I'm kind of co-GM for anyone wondering why this is working like this.
So do hide. So pop up.
Say what, Soda?
It says hide check is 14.
Yeah, so you roll a what? Oh, at 14 at level 1?
Yeah, click the button. Hide. My dex is 4.
Oh, that was your roll. Okay.
Yeah, to hide and
Okay.
start sneaking.
All right, the GM needs to roll a perception check for. I'm not a spot check for them.
And I'd be going about this way into the bush.
Yeah. Yeah. Either way, you're moving through the bush. You gotta see if you can get lost in the bush.
I'm white, and the ground is not white, so I don't did really well.
They're more focused on the fellow who just lit one of them on fire.
Yeah, they're a little distracted by the flames.
And it kind of catches your attention when you got a nice pillar of smoky cinders where your friend was.
I think that's as far as I can go. I can move at 40 feet.
If you're sneaking enough to do half,
Yeah,
each
so
square is
5,
5
10,
feet.
15, 20 is there? That's half of my movement. This is 20, so about there.
Mhm. Is 40
That's
feet
all I
your
can
racing
do.
speed?
Yeah.
Okay. Damn, that's nice.
I'm a rat. That's why.
There. They scurry.
Mine definitely does. And I think that should be the end of my turn. Because I'm going to try to get at least behind the guy all the way at the end.
Yep. These fellows are headed in a group to try and attack the rest of you. They're not really paying as much attention to Nezumi as they are Himin and Michelle.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys there now. I'm kind of scared. I think turning one of their guys into fried chicken may have been a bad idea.
It is now Michelle's turn again.
Okay. I'm gonna step up to that first one there. I can't. My phone's not letting me move around.
That would be this one. You're already adjacent.
Okay. Very excellent. Oh, it somehow took me out of the game.
You can see my screen though.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Now it's not giving me my feet.
Do you want me to roll for you?
Yeah, roll an attack. And thank you. Okay, I'm back in. What's what's my attack roll? Okay, got it. Damn.
Don't ask me about all the random
How'd I
extras.
hit AC 0?
Hmm?
How did I hit 0? This had a little bit of mistake though. What was the die number?
They don't have a listed AC, so don't worry about it. They're
Oh,
wearing stinking rags.
I hit it though.
You hit, yes.
Okay.
So, and you actually did quite a bit of damage to him. They don't have a lot of hit points. He's looking very unwell.
Um. Okay.
Hmm?
that'll be my turn then.
Okay. Like I said, he is looking very unwell.
There's nothing else I can do
Correct.
at the
Which
moment.
means it is now Himin's turn.
Okay. I am going to the one directly in front of me. I am going to flip a few pages in my book and then hold out my hand, and a sparking blue rune would come in front of my hand and fire a bolt of lightning toward the middle one.
Okay, so that would be this one you're shooting lightning at?
Yes.
Alright. I presume you're shooting it around Michelle?
Around who?
Michael. Mike.
This is Mike right in front of you. This is you.
Oh. I don't see any character in front of me.
This one here. If you look, I'm moving you over for a second. Each of you has your name tag underneath you.
I only see mine, and the other ones are blank.
Yeah, they're
I
all
don't even see
blank.
mine.
There's like 3 just numbers there. You might just want the theater of the mind at love so we can get photos.
I'm going to step to the left then so I don't hit anyone.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, any friends. I'm still aiming toward the middle one.
Just shoot between his legs. It'll be fine.
That could go horribly wrong.
Yes, it could.
Would it be
It
hilarious?
will go hilarious.
Yes.
Yes.
Would be very detrimental, however.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my roll to hit. Oh.
8 does not hit armor, their armor class, because they're basically unarmored, but still.
Alright, that lightning bolt just went nowhere. That would be my turn.
Chet, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to attack the nearest bandit.
That would be this one. And he looks really crappy.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, that's nice.
You nail it. Roll your damage.
6 damage is not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. And I'm going to use my... Oh. Oh my.
You
It's
nail
actually
him
pretty
good.
good.
He falls dead.
And I'm going to use my movement action to reload.
Alright.
And end of turn.
Nizumi. Your turn.
So I have to roll another high to see if I can stay hidden.
Unless you want to try attacking somebody.
I'm gonna try to get closer, so. 5, 10, 15. Try to go right here without them seeing me.
Alright.
Then I try to attack somebody, the guy right in front of me.
That would be this one.
So I just have to roll a d20 first, right?
So now you have a pile of cinders corpse and a bloody sodden heap, and 5 gentlemen still to kill. You hit. Roll damage.
Weapon. Let's hit him with my cursed dagger. I don't know if it has a power bonus.
Alright.
I don't know if it does any more damage than what it does
No.
since it's heated.
Nah, it doesn't do any extra damage.
Okay, well then I did 4 damage to him. Does it add sneak attack damage too?
Since you are coming out of hiding to attack him, yes, that would attack with sneak attack.
Try to find that.
I believe it's an extra d6.
First level. Yeah, it's 1d6.
So roll a d6
So
also.
D6.
In addition to his weapon damage.
Mhm. And I really only need to know if it does more than 2 damage.
That's more extra damage.
So you stab him and he's looking like crap now. He is definitely in very bad shape. Unfortunately, he's not dead yet.
He's surprised though.
He is.
I think that should be my turn since I don't think I have bonus action.
Uh, yeah, it doesn't work as much like that. Wait, no. We'll talk about it later.
Alright. The fellow you just stabbed tries to take a stab at you. He misses. And the one right behind him tries to stab you. He actually hits.
Ow! What a big meaty. How much?
You take 4 damage. Which, considering he got a natural 20.
Whoa. These guys are critting left and right.
I know.
Lucky bastards.
Well, they did want to bug you and steal all your golden equipment.
Yeah,
Don't feel bad.
possessed with the devil's luck.
Now, the other 3
I'm
are
hurt.
not actually close enough to try and stab anybody. So they're just going to try and move a little closer without making it easier for you to attack them. Well, 2 of them are adjusting position and bringing up their daggers. So back to the top of the round with Michelle.
All right. Okay. Mikael is going to 5-foot step up to those ones right there, and he is going to give them the old stabby stab with the blade made from his brain and stuff.
All right.
Ooh, that's not good. Ooh, that's a myth. Hmm.
That's not a miss.
I just rolled
Where did you roll?
right here in the thing. 1d20 plus 4. I've got a 5. Did you roll for me at the same time?
You must have.
Oh, it says my connection to the server was interrupted. I don't know. You pick one.
Well, the one showing on my screen gave you a 20.
All right, I'll take that.
The other one's not showing up, so.
Mm, mm,
Which your damage is.
D6 plus 3. Did that show up?
No.
Your damage? No, I didn't see it.
Okay, here. You roll for me. I'm going to try refreshing. It's not going into the server. We'll just go with the stuff that actually shows up.
And you do 5 damage.
You rolled 2d6s? Because it's doubled if it's a crit.
Well, it wasn't a natural 20.
Oh, okay. It was a
So
total 20.
it's 19 plus 1.
I have a plus 4 to attack.
Alright. So then we roll a second d6, correct?
No, not if only if the die rolled on a point. No. Yeah, I get an expanded crit range with my weapon.
Is that also plus 3?
No, you only add the strength one.
Alright. Alright, you just killed him. So
Because he crits on a 19 or 20 with his flame blade.
you lean in and take that lovely soul knife of yours and decapitate the fellow.
Mm. Muy excelente.
Which, of course, leaves the whole area soaked in blood. You now have 2 bloody rag piles, one pile of smoking
I
cinders.
hold my shield up like an umbrella and protect my fancy clothes from the blood spray in what strangely seems like a practiced motion, strangely and disturbingly.
Himin, you're next. For reference, this one's looking pretty shoddy, and 3 of them are still in perfect health.
I see. So there's only 4 left, right?
Correct.
I, for some reason, I can't see some of the players on my screen. I think it's because I'm on mobile and I'm being weird. There's nobody to the far left, is there?
There is a bandit to the far left here. You have a clear shot at him with no allies between you.
Alright. Then I'm gonna aim at him and quickly say, I'm low on energy, so I hope this hits, and do the lightning rune again.
Alright. Roll to hit.
Roll here. Haha!
You get a natural
Nice.
20. That is double damage.
This is called karma for missing the last talk. Let me roll this. So times 2, that's 8 damage.
That's Crispy Critter. So
Yes.
you declare karma, and the next thing you know, you have a second smoking, stinking cinder pile to match the first that you caused,
Nice.
leaving one looking very cruddy and two in good health still. Chet, you're up.
I'm going to attack this one with my crossbow.
All right.
Oh, 6. That doesn't hit, does it?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay, I'll reload for movement action and end of turn.
All right. Nezumi?
Alright, I'll attack the one I attacked previously.
That would be this one.
Yeah.
And he looks like he is in seriously sad shape. And your attack slays him. He had one hit point left. Which just leaves this fella and this fella. Both of whom are in good health, unfortunately. So,
Okay, well, that be my turn.
okay. Nezumi, the one closest to you, lunges at you with a dagger and trips, falling flat on his face right in front of you. With a rather
A little
ungraceful
laugh.
thump and the comment of, oh fuck!
I start laughing.
He rolled a natural 1.
Dang, I was hoping he didn't impale himself.
No. But he can't attack next round because he's going to be busy picking himself out of the dirt. Michelle, the
All right.
remaining one, looks at you and goes, ah! And tries to stab. Unfortunately, the only thing he manages to stab is thin air. He misses.
Okay.
So apparently
So he
you've got him.
moved up next to me.
Yes. Actually, he's right here, adjacent to you. So it's.
Oh,
He's
it's
trying
showing
to
me it's
stab you
10
and
feet back on
doing
the
a
screen.
great job of thin air.
Okay.
Which takes us back to the top of the turn with your attack.
All right. Well, I am going to try reply his stab in turn with a more successful stab, hopefully.
One certainly hopes.
All right. I'm gonna try rolling it and see if it works for me. Hold on. Does that show up?
Yes.
Dirty 20?
Yes, it does.
All right. Let me roll dice. Oh. Minimum damage.
So you knife him in the guts, and he's like, ugh! And calls you a filthy name in Norse. You're not sure what he just called you, but it certainly didn't sound very nice.
Hey,
Repeat with a filthy name in French.
sacre bleu.
Human, your turn.
Alrighty.
This fella
Um.
is in sad shape, although not quite as sad as his one friend was before Nezumi took him down to nothing. This fella is flat on the ground and he's going to be busy picking himself up.
Okay. Because my screen is being weird, I'm going to move to a location where I can get a clear shot at the one who has tripped.
Okay, that would be. You want me to move you?
Yes, please.
Okay. If you move straight over here, which is only 10 feet, you have a straight line shot at the one who is flat on the ground.
That works. I am going to aim at the ground beneath him and flip a few pages in my book and cast a rune of cold on the ground underneath it, like an ice rune.
Alright. Roll to hit.
Got it?
You hit, so you cast ice on the ground. He is now stuck to the ground because his greasy robes, or, well, greasy, dirty clothing, is frozen to the dirt.
Haha, you got a clear shot now, boys.
And he is calling you every filthy name in the book.
Hey, I know half of those.
Chet, you're
That was my last rune point, so I'm just gonna stay back here for a bit.
Oh, you can always stay back there going neener, neener, neener.
Basically.
They're both pretty, ouch.
Do I have a clear line of sight to the individual that's stuck to the ground?
That would be this fellow, and you could easily shoot at him.
Alright, I'm gonna do that.
It's not like he can dodge.
17. That's pretty
That
good.
hits. Roll damage.
8.
Nice.
You shoot him and transfix him by the head to the ground.
And I use my movement action to reload my light crossbow. And that's end of turn.
Nezumi? This is the only one left. He is looking like crap, although not quite as bad as his friend did before you knifed him. And he is the last one.
Alright. I'm gonna try to shoot him. I put my daggers away and shoot with my crossbow. Button.
Oh, shit. Look at you.
So you shoot him, and he is now also transfixed to the ground.
His head exploded.
Yep. His head went split like a melon. That nice thick sound that just leaves him leaking all over the ground. So you now have 7 dead bandits scattered across the road.
I'd say that was a pretty successful reckoning.
Orin,
I would agree.
Yes. So, you use elemental magic.
Not exactly elemental magic, I use runic magic. See this book here? It's full of dragon runes.
The dragons. interesting. They
Yes,
do not know the language, but well, quite interesting.
I can
I
speak
myself,
Mikhail,
dragon, and just a little rusty.
hmm, I myself am an elemental mage. I I used Terran, but still,
Neat. This book is
Mikhail
so long
holds
it takes a while for me to cast things sometimes.
Mikhail holds out the arm holding the short sword, lets go with his hand, and it just vanishes. He then immediately pulls out a cloth and starts cleaning the arterial spray off his shield, looking completely unaffected and untouched by any of this.
Pear taps his arm lightly.
Yes?
He points at his wound.
Oh, let me get this clean first.
He gives you a nod. Your butler offers you your usual travel bandage pack.
I take it and thank him. Thank you, Sten.
He nods. He's not very talkative, but he usually is rather helpful. Orin, who has been cowering in the wagon, peeks out and says, "Are they gone? Or dead?"
yes, they are dead.
We roasted most of them. I'd say they're ready to be dinner.
Orin looks green at the suggestion.
They do not look very appetizing, I would say.
Considering the odor of the two, though,
Eh,
they stink.
Yes, uh, we smelled them before before we saw them. They are quite in yes, they have quite a smell. Yes.
well, that's what kind of happens when you shock and burn someone to death.
No, before we before they appeared, me and nameless smelled them. They smelled dirty.
Oh, well, that's definitely a thing.
Um, Mikhail or Michael, I'm dropping trying the French accent, by the way. I wasn't able to keep going. He's gonna crouch down next to one of them and kind of reach out with his mental senses. Are they completely gone?
They're all dead.
Alright.
Now,
No chance of any of them recovering.
definitely not. Sten
Not without
is
high magic.
poking at one of
Well,
them with a stick since it's still kind of smoldering. Two of them are very crispy critters. One electrified and one flambéed.
Alright, Father, let's get this nicely looked at. I like this jerkin.
Pear just shakes his head and says, "Hazard of the profession.
Yes.
That's one reason you learn how to mend your clothing very neatly."
So they're gonna head in the back of the cart.
Now, is anybody going to search the bodies?
Yes, I'm gonna get my arrows back.
All right.
I mean, I guess I'll go look at the one I electrified and the one I burned, if there's anything left.
Plus, they're in the road, so I'm gonna drag them off the road too. So you can get
That's
through.
a hazard.
do a search. Do a search check for Steph.
Yes. All right. Anybody else going to check?
Yeah. I just roll, right?
Mm-hmm. Roll search. Neither one of you are getting great rolls. Chet
Nope.
or Michelle, either one of you going to
I'm
check?
I'm not gonna
Well,
search.
I'm getting patched up at the moment, so
All right.
I'm not out there because I got taken less than half.
I'll not get patched up once I get back into the wagon.
Sten decides to poke over all the bodies. As y'all can see, he is very thorough, checking to see what they do or don't have.
Oh, jeez.
All right. You find 4 small vials of something. You don't know what exactly it is. One stone, it is a very dark black, small, and about 40 coins of silver. So, I don't know who wants to keep track of what loot you got. But clearly these guys were not fantastic brigands. There are also, of course, 7 normal iron daggers. And the messy rags they were wearing, but there's only 5 intact sets of those. The other 2 are kind of crispy. Now, if any of you has appraise, you can take a look at that little gemstone and see what it is.
I do not.
My praise
I
sucks.
yeah, I do not have any appraisal skills.
Okay.
I only have
We'll have
3
to
and
bring it to somebody later.
I could try.
Okay. You are sure
I
it's
got a
some
6.
kind of rock.
It's a rock.
You're sure it's a rock of some sort. You can try again later. It's not like
Probably
it's a
hand
magic
it
item.
to the person who uses the rooms, since it probably to me looked like something he would use.
All right. You have obviously cleared this section of the road. Orin has uh, chivied your drivers into moving again. He says, "We'll talk to a healer in the next village, I promise. That way we can get you all patched up as needed."
Good, I need it.
He nods and says, "I think you and Michael both need it."
Yeah, I'm pretty bad. I've got bandages on to stop the bleeding now.
Hmm.
In case the food in the. I'll probably stay in the back of the cart till we get to.
However, the 40 silver's nice. The 4 vials of whatever it is, you don't know what it is. Um, Michael, do you have alchemical skills? Or does anyone have alchemical skills?
The only thing alchemical I have is a set I somehow got.
Nature or arcana might also work to do a skill check for that.
Yeah, I certainly have both.
I have both as well.
Yeah, I'll try nature. Ooh, that's pretty good.
All right. It is antitoxin.
Ooh,
There are
it
4 doses per vial.
and these are 4 vials.
Hmm.
It seems that these are antitoxins for uses per vial. Could be quite useful.
Indeed. Orin says, "We might need that. There can be snakes. Not a lot, but there can be." Now, I would like the 2 Nezumi to give me a spot check.
Ooh.
Ready?
Okay,
Okay.
that's not natural 20.
All right. Both of you catch a whiff of something that smells a little bit reptilian, but it's not a scent either of you have really run into before. You're not sure what it is, and it's just a whiff, but apparently there was something reptilian in the vicinity.
Mm, it seems there's an unidentified reptilian thing nearby. I wanna I wanna sniff about, see if I can find a general direction.
welcome to search.
Oh, that is a natural 20.
Now,
Nice.
there are no tunnels, but you do find a flattened location over here where something was watching everybody from concealment,
Hmm.
and there's a small obsidian dagger there.
Um,
It's, like I said, very small, designed for a very small creature with rough leather wrapped around one end of it to make it a dagger.
I'm gonna use Sense Element. Is there any elemental magic about?
Nope.
Okay.
Whatever it was apparently just dropped its little knife and ran away, but it was apparently watching y'all.
I'm not gonna pick it up directly. I'm gonna use something as an sort of intermediary and bring it back to the group. It, I found the is this there's a small hole in the ground. Something was watching us.
That is not so well.
That sounds odd.
Can I make a wisdom check near the hole to kind of like feel out?
Like I said, there's not actually a hole, it's just sort of like a flattened out spot in the grass, in the bushes, where something was peering through the vegetation to watch the battle.
Okay.
It's, you know, nothing really to indicate what it was other than it was fairly small. I mean, even smaller than the halfling.
Yeah, but could I use like a concentration with the sort of or I'd use a PowerPoint if you wanted me to kind of like a concentration check to kind of feel out mental impressions or something.
You'd need to use a PowerPoint. Yes.
Yeah. Doesn't give a lot. All right. Oh, I lost my window. Hold on a minute, please.
Mhm.
One more. What is that background noise? Who's that? Sounds like a riot. Right, that's a 8 plus 6 is a 14 total. Not awesome, but not bad. This isn't exactly his forte either.
All right. Whatever it was primarily curious, a little bit suspicious, and very wary. Now, something else that Chet located, a single small rust colored scale.
Does it feel like an animal intelligence or some kind of sentient? Can I tell the difference?
It was definitely a sentient.
Could I roll nature to attempt to know what type of animal this scale came from?
Yeah.
Okay. 16, not bad.
Okay. You're fairly sure this looks like what is supposed to be a kobold's scale, but people haven't seen kobolds for centuries. Which is
Hmm.
not to say they don't
Whoa.
exist, but people haven't seen them.
I read about kobolds in my book. It's cool.
Didn't they vanish when the dragons did?
Well, yeah, but in the book it said that they do things like protect the eggs of the dragons. If they're there's too much to take from this. You guys keep doing stuff. I don't want to interrupt.
Well, if it was a kobold, didn't it wasn't hostile, it was curious. It was
What about
observant.
what? We were just burning bandits.
I don't know,
Doesn't seem like a.
maybe they have a sixth sense of humor?
I think we'd get along well.
Orlin says, where would the kobolds have been hiding if that was a kobold? They
Uh,
haven't
Underground?
been seen for centuries.
okay, here's a thought. If any kobolds were to be alive, then where would be the most likely place they would be? I think I have the answer, but does anyone want to take a guess?
Orlin says, underground?
Probably underground or somewhere
A,
outside of
dr-
here?
a
With
dragon's
dragons?
nest.
Possibly.
Oh,
If there's a kobold, if that is the scale of a kobold, then there could potentially be a dragon's nest underneath wherever this tunnel goes.
There is no tunnel.
This could be the discovery. Wait, what? It's just a hole?
No, it's a depression in the grass and vegetation. The kobold was on the surface and it ran away. You don't know where it went, but it was watching you, like right here.
Oh, sorry.
It watched
I
this
heard
happen.
hole.
Yeah, there's not an actual hole. It's a spot where it was like hunkering down in the vegetation, hiding, just watching everything you guys were doing.
Okay,
can
let me rephrase that then. If there is a kobold here, then that could potentially mean dragon's nest wherever it went.
but why would it be watching us?
Why would there be a kobold in the first place?
Lauren says, and how could any dragon's nest exist? They've been extinct for so long we don't even know exactly when they went extinct.
Are there any footprints around? I'm not trained in tracking, but anything like visible?
There's not a visible trail, no.
Hmm. I can't tell where it came from. All I can get is the very basic. Well, there's nothing we can do about it for now. We might as well keep moving and stay on task.
Now you
Yeah.
need to go further into the north. Orin's got your map planned out to the edge of the absolute frozen wastelands.
Trudge, 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 trudge.
The next village does have a healer, a strictly mundane healer, but a healer, who is more than willing to patch you all up, or
Oh,
pays the man for his services.
so we're at full HP now.
Hmm.
Excellent.
There's also a few shops which have all the things that you need to pick up for mundane equipment, so Hemin can make sure that he has all the cold weather gear he's going to need. Orin has been expounding in great detail on how much he's looking forward to finding their goal. Clearly, he is quite excited. He asks Hemin, "Did Rue tell you what he thinks the pearl is?"
Sorry, say that again?
Did Rue tell you what he thinks the pearl is?
Uh, I don't recall so.
He swore up and down it's a dragon's egg. There haven't been dragons for so long, we don't even know exactly when they all died out. So, how could there be any eggs?
Well, I. There could have been some kind of slowed, slow. I don't know, okay? I'm just holding out hope here.
We don't have the pearl with us, right? It's back at the
No, it's
university.
back in Heidelberg.
If it was, that would explain why a kobold would be following us.
It would.
It would also be the biggest revelation in my entire life.
I mean, in several centuries worth of history as well.
Paris says several thousand years.
Michael asked Per a quick question in French. In French. He received a nod.
Per gave him a very solemn looking nod. Orin says, "I can't imagine a way for a dragon egg to survive as long as it would have had to survive to even still be viable, given that we honestly don't even know exactly when the last dragon died."
A corpse can be preserved and kept from rotting and ice and
Yes,
cold.
but an egg is a living creature, or it could be. It, it's much more difficult to preserve something that is alive than something that was alive. Um, Besides, the pearl is uses elemental energy. It it's I find it a bit unlikely that it would be a living creature, as most don't have there aren't
Is
to
the
my knowledge there aren't
dragon
many. It
tied
is
to the element?
could you repeat that?
Weren't the dragons tied to the elements? The breath and such?
True. Um, Hmm. If it is
Orange.
an egg, it would most likely be a dragon.
but I'm not quite sure if that's magic or some kind of natural adaptation plan.
Well,
Orange says, we have no way
how
to
could it be
know.
natural to breathe ice or uh, or other yeah, or acid? It's how would that be
Fire,
possible?
Sorry, I
fire
was
would
muted.
be.
I was trying to explain something and I just wasted that entire conversation with myself.
Sorry,
No, it's fine.
not to interject.
We were on the topic of dragon's breath, and my character said that it's actually an organ in the dragon's body.
And
Oh,
how do you know this?
I hold up my book. See this? It's more than just
Right.
runes in here.
Orange
Okay.
It's
says,
a journal of an ancient dragon.
Ah,
really? Can
does
you
it
read their
explain how
writing?
this organ it takes energy?
I haven't quite deciphered that part yet, but I know it's an organ.
Do you have a name for it?
No, not yet.
Orange says, you can
It's
learn.
kinda hard to decrypt in a language that has been dead for several thousand years, alright?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oren's looking absolutely fascinating at this. You have writings from a dragon?
I hold up my book to him. See this? This is several hundred pages. Wanna take a look through it? I'm not sure if you'd be able to know what it's saying.
I'm a paleontologist. I would love to study dragons since they're extinct.
Go ahead. I only use it for rune casting or when I'm really bored and like to read a story or two. I'd hand him my book.
Unfortunately, he can't even get it open. You forgot it's not.
Oh, yeah. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna have to open that for you. There's a rune on there that is locked by my bloodline.
Oren's eyebrows just went way up.
I don't pay attention to the eyebrow rise as I open the book for him.
He looks absolutely fascinated as he's looking at the pages. Clearly, he can't understand anything he's looking at, but he finds it absolutely fascinating. He says, this language, it indicates that they're far smarter than we realized, which opens the questions, is it ethical to have made armor out of their skins?
Yeah, that part has always kind of been cool to me. Is
Do
this not common knowledge? My family kind of has access to this book.
do you know what color the dragon that wrote this was? Red,
I
blue,
have
or
no
gold?
idea what dragon wrote this.
We know there were red ones, blue ones, and gold ones. We know that
I
because there are still scales, sets of dragon scale plate armor in those colors.
uh-huh.
Does it give
I'm
any?
pretty sure I'm pretty sure there's a page in there somewhere that talks about all the different, well, not all the different colors of dragons, but it's just the goings about in one of their cities that was very long ago.
You can tell
The different,
Oren's going to be bothering you a lot because you have clearly piqued his interest to the
yeah.
max.
When there were several boring nights back at home, I used to study this book for hours. Has some pretty cool stories, if I say would say so myself.
Oren says, I would love if you could transcribe information from your book into a more modern language that is readable to more.
Uh, I could try to, but to even get a few pages down, I'd probably need more than a few hours. The language is pretty complicated when you can't speak it.
I kind of gathered that. I can't read a single thing, and there really aren't pictures, he admits.
Well, dragons weren't too privy to pictures from what I've seen by the book. Or maybe my dragon, or whoever wrote this just didn't like them. I have no idea.
I hadn't actually encountered anything to indicate they had a written language before, so this is a very interesting and important discovery.
I did not know that. My family has been passing this book along for, well, legend says since the dragons were still around. And actually prospering at that.
That's somewhere at least 20,000 years. Orin
Yeah,
admits.
this book is very old.
Clearly, you have Orin fascinated.
Have any more questions that I may be or may not be able to answer?
Orin chuckles. I have so many questions, I will have to sit down and write them down so I don't forget all of the questions you have raised.
Oh, okay then. If you're done looking at the book, I'd like to study the bit now so I maybe have a few more runes to help out in the next battle.
He hands it back to you and says, that book is historically precious, so please don't let anything happen to it. If
I
possible,
put
the
my
university
family put a
would,
locking rune on it for a reason.
if possible, the university would at some point love for you to transcribe a copy of all the information out of that book and into a more modern language. It is definitely historically relevant and important.
Oh, well then I'll get right on that when I have the time.
Which, since the university's funding the expedition, that leaves it wide open for you to pursue eventually.
Nice. So that leaves something for my character to do when we're taking rests and stuff.
hmm One of the things that Orin acquires for you in the village while you're stopped is a thick stack of paper, writing utensils, and ink.
I will use this wisely, my friend.
He is clearly eager to see what you can give him that he can take back to the university.
Nice.
Dinner at the inn that night is reindeer steaks, roasted potatoes, some squash, and bread pudding for dessert.
So, well, since I'm not really gonna resist this. So my gluttony kind of comes out, and I just start going at everything.
More than fair.
I have not eaten good food in 3 days.
Nazumi, Chet, you are each given a plate, like I said. Eh. Nice
Yes,
fancy menu.
Chet eats slowly, eyeing this new addition.
I'm like jumping on tables, like taking platters away.
Mikkel is just kind of very politely eating, but is strangely, for someone of his noble clothes and bearing, is having no problems with the food and is just putting it down just fine without complaint.
Now gather some food, put it on a plate, and just sit in a corner and just start there munching on it.
Orin does visit the market after you've all had your dinners. Um, Pear also goes out to the market. When he comes back, he sort of tilts his head at Michael.
I would have gone with to get some extra bolts.
All right, there is a blacksmith in the village. He would have crossbow bolts. Orin, of course, is more than happy to pay for ammunition refills. Sten is clearly exchanging some kind of tricks with Pear, since both of them are basically personal servants. Now, Orin has explained to all of you again after dinner so that when you gather in the room, since all of you are gents, you sort of get one room with multiple beds in it. And Orin sat down and explained what the route is. You're headed to the farthest north point of the Norse areas, and from then you're just going to strike straight north. Because knowing the exact route that the dwarf who found the pearl took is going to be nigh impossible, so we're just gonna go north and then see if we can find any traces of his original route. At this point, that will be a bit difficult, unless somebody has a way to magically track him.
While I do not have the ability to track him magically, I can still sporadically detect elemental magic. Though it is limited to a few times per day.
Orin nods and says, anything to give us a better idea of where the pearl came from. That's our true goal, is to find where it came from, and if there is more like it. I sincerely doubt it's actually an egg, as Rue was attempting to claim, but it definitely grows diamonds, and that is bizarre.
Speaking of this pearl thing, uh, so why exactly are we tracking it? I was never really given this information.
It's a pearl that grows diamonds.
So you want to get rich,
We want to
or
find out where it came from and how it literally grows diamonds.
all right?
It's something that,
Uh,
as far as we know, isn't possible. Pearls don't grow things, they grow in oysters. This pearl is huge.
Well,
well,
it is possible to produce diamonds using magic. It takes powerful magic. But
wouldn't that
that
fall transmutation?
yes. Well, it is not elemental magic, and the pearl has an uses ice magic, which
Exactly how powerful are we speaking here?
um for producing things or pearls.
Specifically diamonds.
Oh,
Is it
to
difficult?
permanently create one, that's a higher magic, eh, higher than seventh level, I would say.
Hmm. So, not many wizards capable of such a thing in the world.
From what I understand, that is divine magic.
Not many
From
clerics.
what I understand of diamonds, they're just really condensed carbon. I'm not sure if my theory here is right or not, but I'm just throwing that idea out here. What if it does work on transmutation, would it take the carbon from around it to transmute it into diamonds?
I do not know, but the pearl does not do that.
Is it possible that diamonds aren't diamonds, but
I do
something
not
that
know.
looks like diamonds?
Or
Like some kind of concentrated ice magic?
Orin says,
Um,
all our tests indicate
maybe.
they are true diamonds. They're shaped like scales, but because we have to sort of chip them off the pearl, but they are diamonds, which is why
Shaped
the Jewelers Guild was so pissed off that somebody had the pearl and wasn't going to them to sell the diamonds.
scale shaped diamonds on something that was claimed to be a dragon's egg, and we found another brown scale of what is supposedly a kobold, both
I'm
of
not sure
which
about you guys, but all this scale talk is getting me excited about dragons.
I am cautious above all things.
From where I come from, we kinda treat dragons as like awesome.
Orin says, they've been extinct for so long. The only records we really have are the plate mail suits and bones that have been found buried hither and yon. Dragons haven't been seen in recorded history, and legends say they're all dead. We know they were real because of the armor sets, but how they all died, what exactly happened, we don't know, and we need to figure that out because it may someday happen again. We don't know, and we don't really want whatever extincted them to extinct us.
Well, not going to figure any of this out until we reach our destination and get more information. Have
I
we
Very
would,
all already seen the healer at this point?
yes.
while we're traveling, I would start to write down one page from my book in common,
Okay.
just to get some progress in.
Understandable. Now, it is 1:43 here. If
Yeah.
you all would like to call that a wrap for tonight, we can. I will assign XP in our Thereian channel, unless you want to continue a little further, but sessions are usually only about 2 hours.
Feels like a good ending point. We're pretty close.
Yeah, this would be a fine ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Or
we're
we're
almost like
traveling
on
again.
the boat at this point.
I agree.
All right. So we'll say same bat time, same bat channel next week.
All right.
Yeah.